Hello YouTube fans, here we are again, gardening with Vincenzo in Vincenzo's kitchen. And today we have a real treat for you. We're going to show you how I make my fabulous Mighty Meatloaf. Alright, here we go. Hello YouTube fans, gardening with Vincenzo here. Here we go today. I'm going to turn my oven on, get a preheat. We're going to go 350. Just at the grocery store. Just happened to pick up some fresh ground meat that was on sale. I like things when they're on sale. So you got a fresh pack of ground meat. I'm going to use it all. We're going to make a nice meatloaf. I've got a glass baking dish. I have an unusual technique for how to make this upside down meatloaf. It'll work real nice for you. This is winter time here in Valencia, Pennsylvania. Alrighty, here we go. Snow outside, cold. We're going to take that whole 2.5–3 pounds of ground meat. We're going to stick them right in our regular standard mixing bowl. We're going to add some black pepper to him, probably a tablespoon. We're going to add some Italian seasoning, probably about a half a tablespoon. We're going to add some parsley flakes in there for the health benefits plus the greenery. We're going to move them to the side. We're going to take some onion powder. Actually, this is granulated onions. We're going to give them a good shake. Make this taste like steak and onions, Italian style. And we're going to put a little bit of garlic powder in there. Probably 1/4 teaspoon. And now, what we're going to do, as soon as I get this open, jeez, that was pretty tough. Either that's tough or I'm weak. Nope. Use our little handy dandy. Oh, Jesus. There we go. That was a tough one. That's these different kind of mason ones that have the lid. This is some of my fabulous marinara sauce. I made 4 cases. I'm down to just 2 left. If you watched one of my other videos, you saw what I do with this. I pack them up in Christmas bags and make a nice little hearth and home healthy Italian meal bag, Christmas bag. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to use about 3/4 of this pint of the sauce. We're going to throw that in there. There we go. We're going to take our individual bread pan. We're going to give them a good spray. I don't like having the meatloaf stick. I could have used olive oil. In fact, I probably should have used olive oil, but I'm going to use this right now. And what we're going to do is we're going to put, since this is an upside down meatloaf, we're going to take the rest of our sauce, about 1/8 inch covering in the base of the pan. Yeah, we'll use that right there. Stick him in the sink. Alright, now I've already washed my hands. They're pretty clean. And I'm going to pop a couple eggs in here. Actually had to buy eggs. Yeah, chickens are taking a break. I'm going to use 4 eggs. Put everything in here before I start mixing it up. Now I'm going to take about 1/3 cup of Parmesan Romano blend. Stick him in there. Save the container. These are very useful containers. And we're going to take some of our Italian style cheese and we're going to stick them right in there. That's about 1/3 of a cup on that. Alright, now what we're going to do now is we're going to take this, I'm going to do it right over top of the sink, and we're just going to mush this all up by hand. Got a lot of good ingredients in there. It'll carry through the meat. I spin my bowl. I actually change the coarse grind of the meatloaf. When I'm done, it'll be a nice smooth consistency that'll work real well for putting in that bread pan, which is where I'm going to make my meatloaf. Now this same recipe I use pretty much when I make my individual meatballs, and I roll those up, and I did a previous video on that. In fact, I just made some of them up because I bought 2 packages of this ground meat since it was on sale. And you just keep spinning the bowl, taking your regular fingers and mushing this up. You'd be surprised how much the meat absorbs all those liquids. The eggs will hold it together. The cheese will help hold it together. The herbs and spices will make it flavorful. The sauce adds a whole nother layer of flavor. So we're going to knead this a little bit, almost like you're making bread dough. A couple of minutes will do it. It's a different consistency now. You can already tell that it's a finer consistency. Now I smack it a little bit, try to get any air out of it, and I actually shape it right inside the bowl so it's the size of, and shape of a meatloaf. This should completely fill up that bread pan. All right, let me give my hands a fast rinse off here. I'm always in the kitchen or out in the yard or fixing or repairing or doing something. Just a busy guy. All right, so we're going to take our bread pan. It has the sauce in it. It's been nicely greased up. We're going to pull him right out of the pan there and just place him right into the bread pan. We're going to push him down a little bit because we actually want him a little on the flat side. We want to mount him up a little bit because we want him to sit relatively flat, almost like the shape of bread on a meatloaf. This is great for making meatloaf sandwiches on the leftovers. Give him a little pat, just like that. And one other thing that I'm going to do here after I rinse my hands real fast. Now that I have meat all over me. And this was good ground meat. This wasn't, you know, the 70-30. This was probably a 90-10. So we're going to get a little bit of grease off of it. Remember to save that meat grease. You can make some nice suet cakes by putting it in some wax paper before it's, you have to let it cool a little bit. Put it in a wax paper container, you know, about that size. Pour pour in your seed mix, let it solidify. There you go for a suet. Feed our feathered friends. Now one more thing that I'm going to do on this is I'm going to take my onion powder and I just want to give it a sprinkle right there on what is actually the bottom. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our pan and we're going to stick it right over top of that. And we're going to flip it right upside down. Just like that. We want to center it in the middle. Just like that. Give it maybe a little bit of a push, firm it up. And we're going to cook this for 1 solid hour on 350 degrees. Since we sprayed it, we should just be able to lift this up. Sauce is already on the top. Everything's good to go. All right. So we're going to put this in for 350 for 60 minutes. And it should crust up nicely in there. And the grease will all fall down to the bottom. Save the grease, add some bird seeds, some sunflower seeds, maybe some raisins, some peanuts, and get your suet cake. So there's no waste. All right, we're going to pop him in the oven. I'm going to put him on the bottom rack. Close the lid on him. And there you go. Quick, easy, Italian style meatloaf. Right from Vincenzo's kitchen. Gardening with Vincenzo. Remember, we can save this planet 1 yard at a time. Beginning with your own. Fresh is always best. Doesn't get any fresher than fresh picked or fresh made. Grow as a person. Plant a garden. Alright, YouTubers. Have a joyous holiday season. Thanks for spending some time. Like and subscribe. Pass the word. A lot of videos, 140 videos out there on innumerable subjects. Gardening, repair, cooking, easy cooking, quick cooking, gluten-free recipes, original recipes. Alright, we'll be seeing you now. Be safe out there, America.